All right, in this video, I'm going to go over finding the domain of rational functions. Now, the only thing you need to remember is that you cannot have a zero in the denominator, right? Because that will be undefined. So we can't have a zero anywhere here. So it doesn't matter what the numerator is. When we're just finding the domain, it doesn't matter what the numerator has for x. What matters is what's in the denominator. Now, this is a 5, so that's okay. There's no x along with it, so there's nothing that could make that become the whole, make this denominator 0. However, because these are separated by parentheses, if x minus 1 becomes a 0, it would be multiplied by that 5, and that would be 0, and that would be multiplied by that x minus 5, which would also be 0. So x minus 1 cannot be 0. Same goes for the x minus 5. That cannot be 0. All right? So I like using that symbol, the equal sign with the slash through it, to symbolize that we do not want it to be 0. But we still got to solve this equation to see what value for x will give us that 0 that we do not want. So we add 1 to both sides, right? So x cannot equal 1. Add 5 to both sides. X cannot equal 5. Okay, now what? Well, we do our domain thing, right? Negative infinity all the way up to which number is lower. 1? Yeah, we do not include the 1. So parentheses. In union with all the numbers after 1 up to 5, and then we skip over 5, and then we go on to infinity again. And there's your domain. All right. Same thing over here. We cannot have a 0 in the denominator, so we set that denominator, all the factors of that denominator, equal to 0, and put a slash through it, because we do not want it equal to 0. It cannot equal 0. So add 9 to both sides. In this case, we get x squared cannot equal 9. How do we get the x by itself? Square root both sides. What happens when we square root both sides? The answer could be positive or negative, right? Because negative 3 squared is still 9, just like positive 3 squared is still 9. Okay, so that gives us x cannot equal positive negative 3. How do we write that in our interval notation? Well, we go from negative infinity all the way up to negative 3, right? That's the lower number. And we skip over negative 3. And from negative 3 on to positive 3. And then we skip over positive 3. And we go on to infinity. And those are all the numbers in the domain. Well, that was an easy one.